Yep. Yeah.
Okay, so
I'm
I
sorry.
don't have a teammate. It's alright.
All right. Try joining back once the session started if you can. If you can't, I'm sorry. I tried. Hello YouTube. Welcome to F1 2019. It is 39
Finally.
minutes behind schedule, but we're finally here for the new season. What a way to get the season underway. I guess I didn't select spectate. That is my bad. I hope it's just gonna make me spectate. But if not, I'll just quit every session. I hope my AI is not there. Or I'll just retire from every session. I'm in a
Are
Red
we
Bull.
just starting?
Yeah. I'm in a Red Bull, so I didn't mean to, but I'll retire from every session.
Oh, come on, I need a teammate.
I'm sorry. Who's
Not being a very good team player there, Emerson.
Yeah.
Hey, but
He's
not.
like my Red Bull. I can't join.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay. I guess I'll just.
I'll give everybody who tried to start. Oh, never mind. I can't give points like that. Damn.
Oh, it's
one point.
first
We
half.
can just give everybody points, I guess.
I'll give. I'll give everybody. Yeah, everybody who tried to get in after 10th place will get 1 point.
I encourage everyone to look at the race weather.
So hello. Hold on.
Oh god, rainy race day. Why?
Wanna try that one again? Wanna try that again, Emerson?
Maybe. Oh, whoops. Hold on.
Pillars and beams, pillars and beams.
Oh, okay, it's restricted.
Sounds like a brick and mortar store. Pillars and beams.
I'll just self-drive that for a second and get the stream.
Alright, hello Facebook Live, welcome. We're here at the Hungarian ring. This is a blast.
AMG clips, how you going?
We have a new season on our hands. Alright. See if we can get into the lobby. So we have a bunch of new drivers. We have a bunch of new drivers here to start the season, and a bunch of reserve drivers. We did just spend the past 40 minutes trying to get this lobby set up and underway, but hopefully we finally got it. We're here for our 18-minute qualifying session. The track is open for business. We're now a couple minutes into the session.
AMG clips. How do you do?
Yep. So one of the new drivers for the season, we have Christian here in the Toro Rosso. How about Dan returning in the Alfa Romeo? We have Pillars, who's also is named Dan, but we'll be referring to him as Pillars. He is driving the Ferrari. Little Devil, or Freddy. And around he goes in the Toro Rosso, just as we go and spectate him. Oof. That's a rough one to start the session, but no worries, that's just a wasted set of tires. Yeah, turn 5, it is at the top of the hill. It is treacherous. All these drivers. Yeah. How about Volcanic making a return? He's in the Ferrari. How about Steven in the Racing Point? He is a reserve driver for Larry, who unfortunately can't make it tonight. Unforeseen circumstances and family-related issues. Won't get into detail about that. But we hope the best for Larry and hope to see him back on the track soon. But until then, how about Steven on the track, and around he goes as we have Colton, who set the top of the chart lap time, a 118.504. We wait for other drivers to... Yep, there goes Pillars to the top of the chart, a 117.239. Volcanic goes third quickest, a 118.778. How about Christian going third quickest?
Alright.
You
Emerson, I was
can't
able to join. Oh.
Hopefully you'll load into one in the race. All right, hopefully you can load into one in the race. Hopefully. We have a caution in. Yeah, hopefully you'll just
I was
be
able to
popped up.
join, so if I'm not going to be put in a Red Bull because you're taking it, so could my points today just go for it?
Yeah,
Go for it.
I'll put your points and Zesty's points to the teams that they belong to. All right, how about David going sixth quickest? And we have Robert
Nice
going
little
second
drift.
quickest. Yeah, what's up? Yeah. Yeah. So some people have the same number, but that's fine. As long as the teammates don't have the same number, that's all I care about. Because then I wouldn't be able to tell them apart.
Oh god, I've dropped down to 6th. That's not good.
There goes Ryan going 8th quickest. So right now we have 8 times on the chart. More drivers are coming through. We have the McLaren of Markle coming to the start finish straight. 8 times on the chart. Markle goes 2nd quickest. A 1:17.906. So our chart goes Pillars, Markle, Ben, Robert, Colton, Christian, Volcanic, David, Ryan, and we have 7 drivers still waiting to take lap times. We have 2 drivers on out laps, 2 drivers on timed laps. How about our New Zealander,
Baron, how you going?
Troy Salter, making a return to F1. He missed the entirety of last season, but he's back in an
Racing?
F1 car. He's
Not
driving a
really,
Mercedes.
thanks, though. It's qualifying, but thanks. I'm in an online league. Red Baron. Lots of fun.
How about Foursquare going 2nd quickest? A 1:17.532. And how about Troy Salter, top of the chart? A 1:16.695. And at Mercedes.
I love Emerson's energy. So cool.
So how about our 2-time series champion Dan in the Alfa Romeo? How about Freddie in the Toro Rosso back out on the track once again after taking a spin through turn 5? We have the Racing Point of Steven back out on the track after a spin on his timed lap. And how about Rolo making a return here in the Renault? We're still waiting on Octane to come out. He is on his way out of the pit lane now. So we'll see Octane take to the track in just a moment. How about we go on board with Steven for a timed lap here at Hungary?
Alright, let's go. New set of soft tires. Let's get it.
So 11 drivers have taken time here in our 18-minute session. We have 10 minutes and 10.5 minutes remaining here in qualifying. How about a purple sector 2 for the Racing Point? All eyes on Steven as he rounds sector 3. Through the final corner, trying to keep it tight to that inside barrier. On to the start finish straight we go. He'll go 4th quickest, a 1:17.848 for the Racing Point. So Octane starting his timed lap. We'll have Dan coming around. Oh, Little Devil Freddy, he went 12th quickest, a 1:19.844. How about Dan? Here he comes onto the start finish straight. 2-time series champ, goes 7th quickest. Next we have Rolo going 15th, or is 15th right now, coming through the final corner. Where will he end up on the chart? He's using ERS mode 4 through the final corner down to start finish straight. Rolo will go 9th quickest. And Octane, the last driver to take time in this session. See Octane working his way through the final sector now.
It's me letting people go by. See one.
And Octane onto the start finish straight. He'll go 6th quickest. They 117.957. Not bad for not being in the car for a few weeks. A nice welcome back. He'll go 6th quickest. So now all 16 drivers have taken time, but there's a lot of drivers out on track. Let's catch up with Pillars, who's on a timed lap right now, trending into green, but he's about 8/10 off of the fastest lap, or I'm sorry, 6/10 off the fastest lap. Let's see if Pillars can get that pole time. He's not in the party.
So heavy.
And how about Ben, top of the chart? Markle top stat! A 116.590 top of the chart for the McLaren. Topping the Rocket Williams of Ben. He'll go 2nd quickest. Just 3 100ths quicker than Troy. And Pillars, he does not improve on his lap time, as there is a swerving Ferrari in front of.
Go ahead, Octane.
And now we're on board with our very consistent 4 square. Very consistent, very smooth. Almost never puts a tire wrong on any F1 circuit he takes to. Riding on board with 4 square. Had a lot of podium finishes last season, but more importantly had 3 wins. Let's see if he can improve on that win total through this season. 4 square in the Red Bull. His teammate Many Things also in the Red Bull. He won't be in the Red Bull for tonight's event by my mistake in the lobby. We'll see what he appears in.
Will still go to Red Bull, right?
Yes, your points will still go to Red Bull. I'll have to remember that, but yes. Yeah, I really hope so.
Also, in real life F1, because now we actually have more than 10 people, the fastest lap point will only be awarded if, like, the person who set the fastest lap is in the top 10. Will we
Right, yes.
that?
Yes, the fastest lap point is still up for grabs every week, but that person must get points in the race to get the fastest lap point. How about David returning, still looking for his first career EWRL F1 Series victory. Let's see if it comes here at the Hungaroring right now, 7th on the chart in that Rocket Williams. He'll be heading into the pit lane. Let's ride on board with our 2-time series champion, Dan. Dan had the luxury of not winning a championship this past season and letting his brother take a title. And now the Park brothers continue to make their own here in this EWRL F1 series, going 3 for 3 on the championships. Obviously, Dan with 2, Ben with his own last season. Will anybody challenge the Parks this season? We'll figure that one out. Oh, and around goes Dan, trying to keep the Alfa Romeo under control. Finds himself in the grass just outside the gravel trap there. I believe that is turn 9. Or sorry, 10.
For a good lap there. Was he on his cooldown? I don't know. I don't know why he's going so wide.
On board of Rolo, making a return. He looked very speedy in the exhibition race last Sunday with the 1970s F1 cars. And how about Troy Salter back at it again, top of the charts, a 1:16.496 with just under 4 minutes remaining in this qualifying session. So we have Troy, Markle, Ben, the top of the chart. We expected these top three. How about Foursquare sat 4? Maybe expect him to get bumped down a couple spots just because of Troy making a return. But how about Pillars in the top 5? Pillars comes out right in front of the Alfa Romeo.
Okay, thanks, many things. Appreciate that. But I'm on automatic, so...
Yeah, I'd really hate that for you. I really hope you can... You can race. Looks like the Dans are getting into it there in qualifying. The Alfa Romeo was on a flyer, and the Ferrari was on an outlap, and kind of sat there for half a lap. I don't think it was intentional, but we'll seek it out. 2.5 minutes remaining here in the session. Towards the back of the grid, we have Volcanic right now sat 15th, seeing if he can improve. Looks like he's getting ready to go on a timed lap here. That's right on board. Oh, don't forget, yeah, pit road speed is a thing.
I was going 50.5, okay?
On board with the Ferrari right now, sat 15th on the chart. Let's see if he can improve. Markle, Foursquare, they're on outlaps. You see the racing point of Steven, rookie to the season and a reserve driver on the season for now. Steven sat 8th right in front of this Ferrari. Let's catch up with Pillars, who's on the timed lap right now, trending in the green. Can he maybe get 4th? That's what he's looking at right now as Foursquare's on an outlap. Pillars coming off of the final corner. He will get to 4th with a 1:16.762. And how about that? The top 4 all in the 1:16 bracket, all within 0.3 of a second. Foursquare on a timed lap. Let's see if he can take 4th back. And the Ferrari will not take part in another lap. Oh, it's gonna be close. I don't think Dan's gonna make it. He is on it. You see the Mercedes giving way. Oh no, he's not gonna make it. Oh, you hate to see it. Troy did just barely get a timed lap off. So here comes the Alfa Romeo of Dan. He will not get another in. The Mercedes is heading into the pit lane.
Oh, there we go. It's complete now. Cool. We'll just watch.
Here comes Foursquare. He will not improve on the time. I'll take a Renault with him.
Will Crazy, will Markel, sorry, be able to beat him?
Aranga's
Yeah.
Right on board with
Please
him.
don't go into the pit lane after your time is expired. Oh, Mother McLaren just caught up on a slow Toro Rosso. Let's see if it keeps his Oh, he's already
close.
trending in the red. He's got to do something magical here in this final sector.
That's not good. That's really, really
He's
not
catching
good.
up on the race point. He's going wide through the corner. The race point gives way.
His lap.
See Markle through the final corner. He's used a lot of ERS. Down to start finish straight.
Only
Does not look like he will
94
improve. Yeah, he would not improve on that time.
What about
Racing
Smoke?
Point is
Smoke
done.
wasn't going
And that
for
looks
sure.
like everybody, because Troy has no other competitors. He doesn't even have to try, just really keeping the tires underway. That's Troy, top of the charts, and we'll start on the pole for the Hungarian Grand Prix.
We just like this, like the EWRL.
So how about that?
stream real quick.
We have Troy, Ben, Markle, Pillars, Foursquare, David, Octane, Steven, Rolo, Dan, your top 10.
Oh,
After
cool, I
that,
beat Emerson.
we have Robert, Christian, Colton, Freddie, Volcanic, Ryan, rounding out the rest of the grid. We're hoping we can get many things in Zesty in here to give us an 18-car grid. Let's see what happens. Looks like they are readied up.
Oh.
Beep, 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 beep.
Hopefully, at least gives them a random car or something.
Anything.
Just a random car.
Right.
Williams with realistic performance.
Anything would be good.
That would be horrible.
Hey, I'm in.
All right.
I got a McLaren.
All right. You're in. But Zesty, you're in. All right.
Oh, son of
Oh
a
wow, the
piss
heavy
eater.
wets.
Rain.
Woo! This is gonna be a blast, boys.
Yep.
Yeah.
Many things. Since you're right behind me, just know I'm gonna try to retire before the formation lap. I'll try to go on the start and pull off to the left side.
All right.
Oh yeah.
Everyone was in
Set
a
power unit cycle, so let's concentrate on bringing tyres and brakes up to temperature.
Hopefully.
All right. Well, I didn't mean to take part in the formation lap.
Yeah.
But
We'll
so
try it by the end.
the formation lap, I'm gonna try to go through the starting lineup through the pause menu, cause your boy messed up. It's okay. First race of the season, but here we go. Let's
Can't
go
believe
through
you
the
just said
starting lineup. Row 1, we have the Mercedes of Troy Salter starting alongside of him. Our defending series champion, Ben. Row 2, we have Markle in the McLaren, and starting alongside of him, we'll have Pillars in the Ferrari. Row 3, we'll have Foursquare in the Red Bull, and starting alongside of him, David in the Williams. Row 4, we'll have Octane in the Haas, and Steven in the Racing Point. Row 5, we'll have Rolo in the Renault, and alongside of him, we'll have Dan in the Alfa Romeo. Row 6, we'll have Robert
If I
in
can
the
at least
Renault,
score points today, that'd be nice.
and Christian in the Toro Rosso. Row 7, we have Colton in the Mercedes, and Freddie in the Toro Rosso. Row 8, we have Volcanic in the Ferrari, and Ryan in the Haas. Row 9, we'll have Hector in the Racing Point, and alongside of him, we'll have many things in the McLaren. They both did not get a chance to qualify.
Please and
So how about an 18 driver grid to kick things
Yeah,
off here at the Hungarian Grand Prix? It's going to be a blast.
Yeah, you know those breaking points that you've been practicing so much. Yeah, just bring those all the way back.
forget about
Yeah, all those dry races. Yeah, screw them.
all
They're
that
gone.
practice, the 45 laps of practice.
All that
forget about
practice
it.
means fuck
Uh-huh.
all now.
So how about this? We have a mix.
Qualifying means nothing.
We have a mix of current drivers, returning drivers, and new drivers. This is going to be a blast here at the Hungaroring for the Hungarian Grand Prix. 35 laps of absolute madness in heavy, wet conditions.
Oh, dude, boys.
No ramming, okay? Just don't ram people.
What?
That'll be good.
I hear someone use my name in the word wreck in the same sentence.
Man,
Oh,
go for
jeez.
it.
Oh.
All right, many things go around my car. I've retired. Please go
Yeah, I
around the
got
car. All right,
Yeah.
here we go. And we've got 5 red lights. And it is lights out, and away we go. Everybody's trying to get the traction on their tires. How about the Mercedes trying to clear the rest of the grid? All you see,
Whoa.
the rooster tails, crashing in the back. I'm sorry.
Red Bull got a.
Rolling around goes the Toro Rosso. That's Christian going around. He takes out a Williams with him. That's David. Oh, and there's Dan in the Alfa Romeo.
I can go around the outside.
And Brody's car's in the way.
No. Oh.
Can't see crap.
All right, you see all the rooster tails, and now the drivers working their way up to the top of the hill. Everybody queued up in a train. So how about Troy leading us over Ben and Markle, the top three, very rough conditions of three very talented drivers, and Ben cuts the chicane.
Oh, I'm up to
keep that
P9.
Aye.
And around goes Freddie in that Toro Rosso trying to get back going.
Yo, what's up, Max? How you going? How are you, Max?
So how about back here to battle for 11th, we have Robert trying to hold off Hector. How about Hector, who started towards the rear of the grid? He did a lot of practice this week, already working up the inside of Robert. And how about Hector already up 7 spots from where he started? And how about this? Many things in that McLaren, up 9 spots from where he started. Troy with the fastest lap on the opening lap, a 141.099. That's on the heavy wet compounds.
Has your school been cancelled, Max?
I thought they were called full wet.
Is my Red Bull? Is my Red Bull just gonna stay?
AI is useless.
Yeah, I've retired. Is he just gonna stay there the whole race?
I guess so.
I rest my case.
It means no overtakes into turn 2.
Yeah, nobody go wide through turn 1. You'll find a sitting Red Bull.
School has.
Or a sitting duck.
Ooh. So, how about Rolo, who qualified 9th, but right now up to 5th? This is what we expected, because remember, back on the exhibition race this past Sunday, Rolo was pretty fast. He was able to contend with Ben, again, our defending series champ, and so it doesn't really surprise me that he's up here in the 5th position, trying to gain on the group in front of him. How about Pillars, who's dropped back to the 6th position, but holding his own there? Octane, I'm a little surprised. He spent so much time out of the race car and now just jumps right back in. It's a Haas here at Hungary, and he's up in 7th. In very treacherous conditions, hasn't lost any spots from where he started. How about the battle for 12th? You have the Mercedes and the Racing Point going toe-to-toe. Troy with the fastest lap, a 135.729 on the heavy wet compound.
Wait, who else is in the Racing Point?
Zesty. Oh my god, who dropped back?
Zesty? Okay,
Steven
Zesty
and
my teammate.
Steven and Hector, yep, you two are in the Racing Points. We have David heading into the pit lane there in the Williams.
Red Bull goes wide.
There's Emerson. It might be really annoying if you try making a move into turn 1.
How about many things? 11 positions up from where he started. And he's quickly gaining on the Haas of Octane.
I'm in the middle of something, now's not a good time.
How about Volcanic right now in the 5th position? Or I'm sorry, in the 10th position, up 5 spots from where he started. Nice for that Ferrari. Looks like at the moment it's a double points race for the Ferrari. And I believe that, and the McLarens. Oh, no, many things is not actually racing for McLaren. He's racing for the Red Bull. So a double points day for Red Bull.
Oh, smoke is in AI. Oh no.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Oh, that's not.
Testing.
Oh my god, it's still out there. The marshals don't want to go out onto the track. It is pouring rain.
I can't blame them.
Yeah, the little feetsies might get wet after all.
So much rain.
They're volunteers after all. They don't
How
get
about
paid for
working
this.
lap 4 of 35? DRS is not a factor because the track is so wet and it would be unsafe to have these drivers open up their back wings. But if it were the case, If it were the case, we're already on lap 4 of 35, and Troy has already opened up nearly a 2-second gap. It's 1.7 seconds now to our defending series champion, Ben. Ben actually now under attack from the driver who rivaled him for the championship, Markle. As they go up the hill through turn 5, they go very treacherous into heavy, wet conditions. Could be considered torrential rain. Now, Formula 1 2019 has safety cars that can be deployed if the conditions are very, very bad. Very torrential rain. It has happened before.
Oh, my teammate's off.
Pillars is off.
Closer.
Pillars went off.
Yep, pillars went off.
There's a caution in Sector 1 that's still the Red Bull.
Oh, an Octane.
Just ignore that. Octane's gone off. He'll go back to 7. How about many things up into the 6th position? As I believe Pillars has made a pit stop.
He spawned.
Oh, he went off. Oh, wow. But Troy with a 135.626. That's the fastest lap in the Mercedes. But Pillars was up in the top 5 and is now back to the 12th position. We hope he can make that up and now into the pit lane.
There goes my teammate.
Oh, wow, okay.
Into the pits.
Thank you.
Let that Renault go. Try dive bombing me there.
Maybe a moment
Exhaust
between
is
the
back.
McLaren and the Haas. Going toe to toe. That's many things in Octane.
This Renault guy's gonna attack me, no doubt. Maybe into this next corner even. Please don't attack me into a high speed. No, it's not.
And Marco's still
my
working
school
over the
place.
gearbox of the
Yeah.
Williams. But as Ben, of all people, starts to queue up a group of cars, Foursquare becomes a factor there in the 4th position in that Red Bull.
Just skip out a bit of that chicane there. Otherwise I'm just running over that curb and that loses me like a good second or so. Oh, smoke's off. Two of them are off. Octane and Smoke, they're both off. Now they're battling.
Oh, we got a big group of cars back here for the 7th position. Octane in the Haas kind of has the whole grid in check behind him. He's got Steven and he's got Volcanic and Hector all in a group of cars, and around goes one of the racing points. That's Hector. He's able to keep it under control. How about Robert up into the point position of 10th? We got a nice mid-pack battle here, just like we would have in real life here, led by the Haas over the Racing Point, the Ferrari, the Renault, and the other Racing Point.
Oh, down the inside.
Side by side, here we go for the 8th position. Volcanic around the outside. Hector trying to keep it down on the inside. Through turn 3 we go. Side by side, slipping and sliding.
There we go.
The Racing Point looks to the inside. Through turn 4, all nice and smooth. Up the hill to turn 5. Through the hairpin or the carousel, as you call it. On the way down to the chicane down here. Octane trying to hold on to that spot. Everybody going over the higher raised curbing on the inside. And there goes a Racing Point off behind them. That's the 11th place Racing Point, Hector. Now Volcanic all over the gearbox of the Haas. Oh! Octane trying to keep that Haas under control. How about the Ferrari looking to the inside? This is 2 Ferrari engines going toe-to-toe for 7.
That's me.
Now look at Volcanic up the right side. Octane not giving up easily. Holding the inside. Oh, he hits the curbing on the inside. He's going to go wide. Trying to keep the car under control as Octane. In that Haas.
There we go.
And now the Ferrari up to the 7th position. Octane struggling a little bit now. down 2 spots from where he started. And now the Renault's gone by. That's Robert in that Renault. Octane just trying to keep the car in one piece.
Bit of a slide there. Yeah, Max, my school is closed if you didn't hear me before. Oh, nice run by the Renault there.
What a group of cars we got here going up. Oh, the Ferrari's in the grass. How about the Renault going to 7th?
Sorry, Zesty.
Oh, and there's been a
safety car.
retirement. That's the Mercedes. And a safety car has been deployed.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, a huge accident here in turn 5. The Mercedes has gone straight off. And everybody's still on the lead lap. This is going to bunch the grid back up once again. We'll have 17 cars queued up behind the safety car. Very unfortunate start to the season for the Mercedes. I believe that is Colton. The Renault into the pit lane. That would be Rolo. Does anybody follow suit into the pit lane? How about Renault teammate? Oh, Robert heading into the pit lane. Hopefully the stacking isn't too bad. The first Renault driver is gone. Here comes the second. This could be our first instance of stacking coming into a play here. And the team is there just in time. My goodness, they got him out very quick. The racing point of Steven into the pit lane already down in the grid. Fitting on a set of inters. So people trying things here. We'll see how it goes.
Jeff recommended us all inters.
Both Renaults and the Racing Point on intermediates. And now here comes the Toro Rossos. The Toro Rossos are going to stack. That's our first moment of stacking. They're fixing the front wing on the Toro Rosso. They're already towards the rear of the grid, so it's not as big of an issue, I believe. But there goes one Toro Rosso and the Williams. Oh! That might not be a safe release on the Williams. And there goes the Toro Rosso down and away. So, queued up behind the safety car, we have the Mercedes of Troy. Let's see if he pits for inters in the coming laps. He stays out, knowing track position is most beneficial here. But how about our defending series champion Ben bringing it in? Markle's bringing it in. Many things is going to stack, knowingly he sees his teammate in front of him pit. Or his interim teammate. But we have Ben, Markle, Foursquare, many things, Volcanic, Octane, and Hector all in the pit lane. This is really going to benefit Rolo, who's already pitted.
Almost got you.
So Markle and Foursquare come out 3rd and 4th. Ben comes out 5th. Volcanic 6th. I'm sorry, Robert goes by Volcanic. Volcanic's right now 7th. Then we have Octane, Many Things, Hector coming out of the pit lane together. On pit lane we have Ryan, Pillars, and Dan also coming through the pit lane. So Steven goes up to the 11th position, followed by Ryan, Pillars, Dan, and then David back into the pit lane.
Thinking this was the right decision.
And Christian will stay out. So a lot of drivers opting for intermediates, but our race leader Troy Salter on the heavy wets, working our first safety car period of the season.
First race.
Everybody behind Troy is on intermediates until the 15th position. Christian is on wet tires that are 1 lap old.
think I can score points today.
Safety car is in turn 12.
Unless I make a mistake. That'd be nice. Start off the season with some
I'm sorry, turn
points.
13. Now the safety car's in the final corner.
Don't really care how many points it is. Just as long as it's some points. Oh, is this the safety car queue just here? Oh, we caught them quick. Oh my god. It's Monza 2019 qualifying all over again.
So we get ready to work our first restart of the Formula 1 2019 game, our EWRL F1 Season 4 season. So I believe we have everybody through 11th position queued up. Still waiting on the Haas and the Ferrari to queue up, along with the Alfa Romeo. And here comes Christian in from on the wets. I don't believe he'll be able to queue up on time. We'll have the Toro Rosso and the Williams try to queue up. It'll be a while before they can queue up with the safety car at this pace. Troy just trying to keep that front nose clean without hitting the back end of the safety car. So everybody through the 14th position is queued up to the safety car. We still have both Toro Rossos and one of the Williams in Sector 1. The safety car will be going in this lap. So we have 14 drivers queued up.
Yeah, I don't think anybody can see except the guy in first.
If I can get a good jump on these guys ahead, that would be very beneficial to get back into 6th.
And here we go. Troy's going to lead the queue back to green flag conditions. Green flag back in the air. We're racing at the Hungaroring. Troy trying to fend off Rollo. Rollo gonna get very aggressive. He locks up the tires on the inside of the Mercedes.
On the outside.
Troy trying to keep room. How about Markle looking to the inside? Rollo goes through for the race lead. Markle trying to keep the McLaren under control. Looking to the right side of the Mercedes now. He's going wide. Now Foursquare can have a go at the McLaren. And they all fall into line. All lined up, 2nd through 5th. Troy, Markle, Foursquare, Ben. 4 very clean, very talented racers.
Sorry, Markle, sorry.
Oh my god, look at the queue up front there. That is madness.
Foursquare trying to look on the McLaren. And Ben trying to just hold on to this queue. Ben going all over the curbing. How about Robert joining the queue of the very talented? And around goes the Red Bull. The first mistake from Foursquare.
I don't know, man. There was a gap there.
Emerson gave him the commentator's curse in qualifying because he said he's one of the most consistent drivers, never puts a wheel wrong.
And now Foursquare just trying to hold on to 1 point for the moment. I don't believe Foursquare received any damage as of my knowledge. Just a spin. Volcanic into the 4th position now. As Troy is falling down the grid. Ben has gone by for 5th. And how about Rollo, the fastest lap? A 1:34.048 on the intermediate compound. How about Volcanic into the 4th position? Under attack from the Williams. He has to take evasive action to not destroy the gearbox of the Ferrari.
Dude, I can't see.
Why does this Ferrari feel like better to drive in these conditions than it did in dry in qualifying? That's a bit interesting.
And Ben now all over the gearbox of Volcanic. He is getting tired of being held up by the Ferrari, trying to find a way around him. And now Ben in a Ferrari sandwich looks to have a go into the chicane, has to keep the car under the brakes. And oh, there goes Robert off into the grass, was on the podium. for the moment, and now all the way back to the 7th position.
That's unfortunate for him.
And now Volcanic onto the podium, but he is being hunted by the defending series champ.
We can't go anywhere with the floor here. I'm sorry, Zesty, for that bomb.
Oh, Troy on the wet tires is falling all the way down the grid. He may fall out of points. He is holding up a queue of cars. Here goes the racing point of Hector. Looking around the outside. Clearing around goes the other racing point. That's Steven going around. Possibly contact with Dan. There may be front wing damage on that racing point. Very little front wing damage, but there is some. And Pro makes his way into the pit lane. Troy says enough is enough of these wet tires on to put on the intermediates. All the way back in the 14th position. Don't know why he didn't pit under the safety car. Well, he was trying to hold on to track position. That's why he didn't pit, but wow, how that backfired. So back up front, we have Rolo leading the Grand Prix 1.4 seconds out in front of Markle. Can the McLaren chase down the Renault?
Oh, thanks, Elijah. Thank you very much for that. Back to 7th now.
Mending things up to the 5th position. They must have made contact with the Ferrari.
He sure did. Just punted me out of the way, the bully.
And how about many things? All the way up in the 5th position. Now working to try to catch the faster of the two Ferraris' pillars. And Ben right now on the podium. I never thought I'd see a day where Ben would just have to settle for a podium, but today might just be that day. As Ben under attack now from the Ferrari pillars. Down the front straightaway they go. Pillars looks to the inside. Trying not to lock up under braking. Keeps it nice and tight to the gearbox of the Williams.
This Renault guy is very quick. It's very good. Along with everybody else. Excluding myself.
So now the gap between the Renault and the McLaren at the front of the grid, 1.1 seconds. Markle is closing the gap on Rolo. Markle does have slightly fresher tires by 1 lap over the Renault. The Renault pitted on the very first lap of the safety car, while Markle pitted on the second lap.
Uh-oh. It's gonna cost me time. I was looking at the EWRL stream, and then I went very, very wide.
How about Volcanic falling another spot now? This one to Hector in the racing point. Hector making a nice recovery from, I believe, was outside the top 10 up to 7th now. 21 laps to go here at the Hungaroring.
Foursquare will definitely get past me, unless he like breaks his front wing and does something like that. Basically, if he doesn't make a mistake, then he's getting past me.
So now Markle maintaining the gap between the Renault and the McLaren up front. Trying to close it even more. DRS would not be a factor in the rain. And now Pillars all over the gearbox of the Williams, pressuring Ben into making a mistake. Of all people, will Pillars be able to pressure our defending series champ? All over the gearbox of that Williams, Ben as cool as a cucumber. Marco's brought the gap down to just 1 second on Vareno.
Just trying to break the slipstream there.
Octane and Dan, this is the battle for 1 point between the Alfa Romeo and the Haas. Octane goes by 1 point to the Haas for the moment.
Looks like it's drying up a bit now. Not enough though to go into like cards or something like that.
It's still raining.
Yes, Emerson.
Let's get it closer.
It's not raining as hard, but it's raining.
It's still raining though.
Yeah, I know. Should just go away by now.
Octane's gone wide. Dan trying to get him back. Marco all over the gearbox of the Renault now. Brought the gap down to half a second. Trying to close even more with Slipstream. Got at 1 point to 4/10 of a second. The Toro Rosso has gone 1 lap down. That is Christian, giving way to the lead lap cars. Very respectable.
Low flag for the 17th time. Here goes Foursquare.
Foursquare Volcanic going toe-to-toe for 8th. Foursquare trying to hold on to the spot. Volcanic goes by.
I'm trying to take the spot.
I think it's the opposite, but okay.
He's doing a good job.
That's right, Volcanic's been dropping down the grid a little bit. But yeah, this is another episode of Foursquare trying to pass many things. Now he's just trying to pass Volcanic.
You wonder why I picked him for my teammate, right? Team orders. No, I'm kidding.
Valtteri, let Hamilton by.
And now the McLaren stalking the gearbox of the Renault. Marco is right there. Can he pressure Rollo into making a mistake? Now Rollo trying to break the slipstream.
I was gonna say,
And it is now stopped raining. Now the track should be drying up. Will these drivers need to go to slick tires before the end of this? It should. There is 18 laps remaining. But we shall see how quick the track dries up. And now, was the rain the great equalizer? Will we see drivers start to become exposed on a dry racetrack?
Little tap on Foursquare there. I think that might have been my fault as well. He kind of gained as I crossed over to go defensive.
Rollo holding his own, holding it steady at 0.5 of a second.
We're letting these.
Oh, and Rollo's gone wide. Marco trying to capitalize. Now they're going side by side to turn 13. Rollo holding on. It's 0.3 of a second down the front straightaway.
Might have to pit behind.
Markle all over that gearbox, trying to slipstream down to 0.2 of a second. Less than 0.2 of a second. The McLaren all over the gearbox, trying to find a way around Vareno. Still all over him, but can't find a way to get a little more power on Vareno.
Yeah, there goes Foursquare. He went for the dive and I almost cut him off, so don't want to lose so many positions just playing this one safe, because I feel like I can still get at least 1 point here. Oh, Foursquare goes wide. There we go. Oh, and then he comes straight back with the exit of dreams.
Keep locking up.
How about a 3-car battle for the 8th position? Foursquare trying to hold off Volcanic, and now Octane. He wants more points.
One Foursquare, make a mistake, please, buddy.
He's...
Oh, Octane, what was that, bro? Legit just shoved me. I can turn up the ERS here.
Dan now all over the Haas, trying to get some points. The battle for third rages on. The Ferrari finally on the Williams. Pillars goes right on by Ben. Ben trying to find a way back.
Grip on the outside curb there.
I don't know how I feel.
Now Rolo's been able to open up the gap a little bit to the McLaren. Up to 0.8 of a second. Pillars now starting to gap Ben in the Williams. Pillars into Ferrari. Many things may have a go at Ben.
GoPro. I have one of those.
Oh, that goes off. It's not a
Go
position
up
going
there,
there.
Christians.
Maybe that's like the back car.
Yeah, I appreciate that, thanks.
Now Volcanic has a whole queue of cars once again. He's got the Haas, the Mercedes, the Alfa Romeo. He's got the Williams all queued up behind his Ferrari.
Yes, I do.
Here comes Octane looking to the right side. He said enough is enough. Trying to find a way around the Ferrari. And trying to keep it down there. As they go side by side off of turn number 1. Oh, and Volcanic's had a moment.
Tapped by the pro, I think.
Finally, somebody trying to find a way around him has gotten physical with him. It's now side by side with the Mercedes up the hill.
Whoa! Who's the Renault? Close call there.
Renault guy went off.
Looks like Robert might have had a moment off the racetrack.
Almost pulled a battle.
Everybody's having a bit of a moment going off the track. I
And
think.
only really you.
I don't know what the best tire is right now.
Troy desperately trying to find it. Around goes the Williams. That's David.
Made a bit of contact with the pro there. Sorry about that.
Mm-hmm.
The pro is actually a really nice guy. I should be
And
treating him with more
David
respect.
holding up the lap car of the Williams. But now Volcanic getting taken out of the points position. He's been holding up this group of cars all day. There goes the Renault into the pit lane. And now Dan will have a go at the Ferrari.
Everybody's getting past me, just so slow. Too slow. I think it helped these guys with Foursquare and I battling as well. That probably helped them catch up a bit. Okay. There you go.
So everybody who was queued up behind the Ferrari has now found a way around the Ferrari. The Ferrari back to 11th. But everybody, Foursquare, Troy, Octane, Dan, all trying to find a way around the Ferrari. They finally get him out of the way, and now they can race.
You bully Emerson.
Exactly what I'm doing. Get fast. Maybe I won't bully.
Get good kid.
How about a nice quiet run at the moment now for Hector in the 6th position. About 18 seconds off the race lead, but holding his own. Many things right now in 5th, still trying to have a go at Ben as the track dries and dries even more. No! Many things under breaking a lunge at Ben. I don't know if that was intentional of a lunge, but Ben with the crossover goes right on by for 4th. Foursquare into the pit lane. Oh, locks up the tires, trying to get down to pit road speed. And it's about that time. Foursquare, the first driver to fit a set of slick tires. It's on the medium. I'm sorry. David has as well, along with Freddie, towards the rear of the grid. But Freddie actually had an excursion off the track. He'll be replacing her front wing and putting on a set of softs.
Oh,
Christian
I jumped them in the
fits
pit.
a set of softs.
I jumped Dan in the pits.
Oh, and the Ferrari gets back out in front of the Alfa Romeo. Dan's like, oh, brother, another go at this Ferrari. Oh, and Dan's going to have a moment. He catches the car. That was scary. And now we have a mix of wet and slick tires on the racetrack. The top 7 on inters. Then we have 8th through 11th on mediums. 12th and 13th on inters. 14th on mediums. 15th on inters. 16th and 17th on softs. And here comes the grid. The Renault is in. The McLaren is in.
Sorry about all the
and away he goes.
Ben.
The Ferrari's in. Oh, he's got to wait for safe release. Oh, that sucks for the Ferrari. The McLaren's in. Along with the Williams. Ben had to wait big time for a safe release. So many things will jump Ben in the pit lane. Marco now gapped by 2.8 seconds over the Renault, and there's actually a lap car in the way. That is a Toro Rosso.
Oh, DRS is available now, isn't it? Damn. Oh my god, how long is Emerson's car gonna be there for? Jesus.
It'll still be there next week. And now everybody but the Renault has pitted for a set of slick tires. Now the Renault is coming into the pits.
I think the crane broke down. The crane had a DNF.
Oh, and the Toro Rosso has gone off. Marco was near that, and the VSC has been deployed. Oh, and David's retired from the session. Again, it's slick tires on a dry racetrack. I believe David just pulled it into the pit lane.
David gets like a free stop then.
No, David's pulled it into the pit lane like forever.
Oh, okay. The rest of eternity.
So still working the VSC here. Rolo leads over Markle, Pillars, Many Things, Ben, and we're back to racing. Green flag back in the air, back to green flag conditions around the circuit. Well, we had 2 retirements. That brought out a VSC. We have Foursquare sat 6th over Hector, Octane, Troy, Dan, the top 10. Volcanic just outside of points sat 11th. Steven sat 12th. And Robert, 13th, the final driver on the lead lap, about to be caught by his teammate. But Ryan sat 14th, 1 lap down, and Christian 16th, 2 laps down. He should be gaining that spot on the Williams anytime soon. The race leader goes by, and Markle is closing. The race leader's on a set of softs. Can the race leader go to the end on those set of softs? While Markle most likely can go to the end on his set of mediums. And Markle, purple all around. Was that the fastest lap? It does not say.
Pillars set the fastest lap.
It still doesn't tell me. But yeah, Ben has set the fastest lap by 1:21.808. It's not giving me the notifications anymore that anyone has set fastest laps.
Everybody is setting the fastest lap.
Yeah, now Hector set the now Troy has set the fastest lap. Well, 1:20.108.
I don't set the fastest lap. What a surprise!
Oh, and the Renault has crashed.
Everyone is going off. Ah.
Very treacherous conditions. The track is transitioning.
Sorry, Dan.
Ben crashed. Rest in peace.
And it looks like the Renault is off the track. We stay green.
He rage quit. Oh wow.
Everyone off that turn.
Octane Rogue was just sitting in the middle of the track.
And now the Rolo has set the fastest lap. Well, 1:19.593. It's almost like qualifying out here. Everybody's setting faster laps. Many Things right now sat 4th and Ben into the pit lane.
He crashed.
Oh no, there's damage to the Williams. He might not even get points. Our defending series champ might not even get points in his first race of the next season. Troy even faster, a 1:19.581.
Feel bad for Ben.
Ben is down and away right now, still sat 10th, but Octane goes by for 10th. I believe Octane had an incident though. He was stopped on the racetrack a lap or so ago. And wow, very shocking that Ben, of all people, may not even get points. Now he is 11th, and there's still time remaining in the race, but we will see. And Rolo again with the fastest lap, but 1:19.562. Markle trying to close that gap. 1.6 seconds and around goes Markle! No! He was trying just a little too hard. He can get back going, but he may not even be able to hold on to that podium. And now, when Markle eventually pits, that's going to allow anyone in the top 4 could be a first-time winner in EWRL once Markle pits, as Many Things will take over that 3rd position when Markle eventually does pit, and Hector will go by. And what a mistake. Marco, understandably, was trying very hard to catch Rolo. And just tried a little too hard and caught the curbing at the wrong spot through turn 4. Very treacherous corner on a just newly dried racetrack. And Marco into the pit lane, fitting a set of softs, replacing the front wing. And is down and away, all the way back to the 7th position, maybe even 8th. He should actually get out in front of the Alfa Romeo. Oh, wow. They'll be racing into turn 1, but looks like Marco will have the go with fresher and softer tires. So, with 7 laps remaining in the Hungarian Grand Prix, the very delayed by 40-minute Hungarian Grand Prix, Rolo is leading, and there's a safety car deployed. Oh, and the leader Rolo runs into the racing point. Oh no! He should get to the pit lane quick. He has a large gap. He might still be able to salvage his position with everybody having to go at a reduced rate of speed. But the racing point just crashed. And the race leader, Rolo, ran straight into the racing point. That's Steven he ran into. And they're both in the pit lane now.
Come on.
And now Pillars takes over the race lead under the safety car with 6 laps remaining in the Grand Prix. They fixed the front wing. Rolo right now sat second. Many Things speeding down the front straightaway, followed by Hector. Many Things goes to second. Hector to third. Foursquare trying to get 4th. He'll do so. And wow, what a race. Our race leader with 7 laps to go. The safety car comes out. He comes out in 5th. Markle with a fresh front wing and fresh soft tires may be able to do something. Sat 6th. Volcanic right now up to 7th. Troy hits the pit lane along with Dan and Ben. Not exactly sure what the safety car is for, but my guess might... my guess might be the racing point going around. But
Another turn 5, the AI for Christian was really slow and then he made contact with me.
Is that what it was for?
Possibly, because it came out immediately after we made contact.
Did you get damage?
Yeah, I took damage. I have yellow wing now.
Oof. And now Many Things will be trying hard to hold on to that 2nd position. Must have made contact with the retired, the lap car of Christian.
It was going 50 miles an hour in turn 5 in the middle of the track.
So the safety car out here at Hungary.
I need to go around everybody.
What?
Because I'm a lap down.
Oh, he's trying to lap himself.
Is it telling everybody to let him through?
Yeah, wait. Oh. Dude, I don't even know.
If the game is not telling you to pass the safety car.
And it was, and then it just stopped. I'm so lost. Now it says stay behind Foursquare.
Just do that.
Wow.
Emerson, I like how Emerson's car's still parked.
All these safety cars, nobody's ran out to get the car.
I know. Terrible marshalling.
Terrible marshals.
The worst.
We're working 5 laps to go.
Myself. It's alright.
We're at least going green with 4 laps to go, possibly, if the safety car goes in this lap. And of the top 3, none of them have won an EWRL race. 2 of them, they're making their first ever EWRL F1 race.
And I haven't got my first
It'd be pretty
podium.
amazing if one of them won.
So Pillars right now leading. He doesn't even have a mic. We can't even get an interview with him should he go on to claim the top spot on the podium. How about Many Things with a damaged front wing, but he will be all over that Ferrari sat in front of him. Hector, who practiced all week, right now in 3rd. I said he better get a podium, and now he's on the podium with coming to 4 laps to go. Foursquare, very consistent all around the schedule, and right now in 4th, he could have a go, but he does have the oldest tires of the top 6. How about Rollo, who was the race leader, right now sat 5th. We will go another lap under the safety car. Rollo, who's going to restart in 5th, but he has fresh, soft tires. He has 5 cars to overtake.
I'm sorry, like the most robotic movements ever.
Five cars to overtake. What? The safety car's in the pit lane? We're going green this lap. And green flag back in here. We're racing once again. The Ferrari. Pillars gets an amazing jump. Many things trying to close the gap. Here comes Rollo. A huge run on the lap racing point. Marco looking to go on by as well. Marco will dive into turn number 1. And now Zesty looking on many things for second. Side by side into turn 3. Many things. A lack of downforce on that front end. Side by side with the racing point. Hector goes to second. How about Foursquare? Right now, 4 trying to hold off Rollo. Rollo, a dive to the inside of Foursquare. Those are fresh, soft tires. We expected that. And now Rollo looking to get the spot on many things. Markle up to 5th. Coming around to 3 laps remaining in the Hungarian Grand Prix. Rollo all over the gearbox of the McLaren. Oh, he drives it in, around goes the Renault. Sliding wide. Oh, and back into traffic, collects Octane.
Oh my god. There's another safety car.
Oh my god, and another safety car. The race is going to end under safety car. He just obliterated Octane.
Why would you come back on?
Oh man.
Dude,
the race did end on the safety car.
I can get unlapped this. I wanna
Looks like I'm gonna be Red Bull's sole point scorer.
FGC Smoke really needs to like back up and let us all go through.
And Pillars might have just won this Grand Prix.
Damn it. I was really hoping I could get unlapped.
Crazy lazy's working behind.
You might have just done that, Emerson, my good friend.
If Marco overtakes me on the last lap, if we go green, I swear I'm gonna be
Is there a
mad.
constructors standings for this season?
Yes, there
Emerson?
is.
Okay.
Oh man.
Ferrari, we're in a good seat then, if he wins. Because it'll be a double point to start off the season. That is if I hold on to this. Oh.
The Renault just came out of nowhere.
Why are we playing bumper cars?
Emerson 24 Nation just
Because they're trying to play bumper cars.
If you wanna commentate on that.
Hey man, this is a theme park.
I think he's
Yeah, I can tell.
But Hector might have had a go at the Ferrari.
Fuck.
Why are we checking
now I hit
Because I don't know. They're checking up, so I have to check up.
And I get a
The pace is
5-second
slowing up
penalty
at the front,
for
so
that.
then it follows down to the end.
If you feel like you've gotten a wrong penalty, save your clip, and the stewards will review it post-race. Oh, the safety car's going in this lap. We're gonna get another restart with 2 laps to go.
They're checking up so much.
How about a NASCAR-style green-white checker? And now the whole queue, there's a lot of damage going on through the rest of the grid. Everybody checking up. Getting ready to go back to racing once again. Hector all over the Ferrari, trying to keep the car under control. He loses control. He's going wide. Hector going for the race lead, and ultimately the race with 2 laps to go at the Hungaroring. And now that's many things making it 3 wide. Trying to get up to second. Marco's trying to get up there. Hector's gone all the way back. Many things desperately wants a podium, but Marco on severely fresher tires all over the gearbox of many things. Interim teammates for the day. Many things a huge block. Troy up into the 4th position. How about Hector falling back to 5th? What can he do to get back up there on 10 lap-old mediums?
Seriously.
This is absolute madness.
And Stevens put it into the gravel trap, trying to let the faster drivers by. Pillars is driving away. Many things is holding up Markle.
Oh, my controller wouldn't turn. I need the controller. Ooh.
And now Markle looks to the inside of Many Things. Many Things, another huge defensive move, trying to hold on. And now Troy looking for a podium. Oh, and Hector trying to get to the inside of the Mercedes. There was no room down there. Troy all over the gearbox of Markle. Markle desperately trying to find a way around many things. Last lap of the Hungarian Grand Prix, and Pillars is driving away with the severely wounded McLaren in second. Now Markle gets to the outside. Many things onto the curbing. And Markle's gonna go for second. And he's clear. Many things trying to have a go. Markle playing the defensive, and Many things is gonna try to take them both out. Many things goes around. He'll lose the podium. Trying to, however, now Pro in third, looking for second. This all goes on 2.3 seconds behind the Ferrari of Pillars. Oh, Troy's losing it, trying to keep the car under control.
Uh-oh, I'm off.
Many things still has a chance at the podium. Troy all over the gearbox of Markle. This is 2.7 seconds behind Pillars. They both go wide.
God damn it. Oh no.
.7 seconds behind this red Ferrari coming off in the final corner. Pillars is gonna win the Hungarian Grand Prix in his first EWRL F1 start. Troy gets the second. Many things third. Hector fourth. Markle must have had a penalty. He's back to fifth. If he needs to appeal that penalty.
I've ran out of fuel. They still came across the line.
That was the most intense.
Dan to
race in my life.
sixth. Foursquare finishes seventh. Volcanic eighth.
Oh my
The ending
god.
was crazy.
Jesus.
Oh my
Wow.
god. Oh, I got 8. I was.
Why
moved
did
to
I try
8
and be a
for some
dumbass
reason.
and stay on wets? I'll never know.
Wow, what a Grand Prix. Here's our podium celebration.
Wow.
Thanks, guys.
What a race.
It is Pillars,
No.
Troy, and I believe many things. What a wild Grand Prix.
Do you
Why
want to
didn't you
give
ask
me
him?
an interview, Mr. Emerson?
He's in the next room.
Oh, wow.
Oh my god, South 24 Nation, he had a 25-second time
Wow.
penalty.
Oh my goodness. We might have to take a wild look at this. A lot of unserved penalties. Or are these all from the safety car?
I was just say,
I think so.
yeah.
8th place in
That
my
is
return. That
wild.
is not bad.
Okay, take a look at the finishing results.
Quite happy with that.
And the official results are not entirely intact, but what we do know is Pillars did win the Grand Prix, and he doesn't have a mic to do an interview. My, is that Pillars? That's
Thank you very
Pillars, huh?
much.
Wow, you did get a mic. All right. Do you know how to share? Do you know how to share your party audio?
Guys, remember to like and subscribe if you did enjoy with notification.
All right. So go ahead and go to the party screen. Go to the party screen. Go to party settings. And then allow your voice to be shared. You can allow just for this party if you want. Tell me when you've done that. All right. Yep. So, wow. What a finish to the Grand Prix. Pillars, how does it feel your first start? Tell me what do you think of the league?
Yeah, it was a difficult one. Not gonna lie, that was the full wets. Hate the full wets. Got it back on inters, but just got obviously a few lucky breaks.
Hold on.
But I'll take it.
All right, so tell me about the race. The multiple safety cars. How did that make the race difficult to you, or did it help you out? Did you need those safety cars? You were running towards the top 5 most of the race.
Yeah, but who do you want?
I'm tired and my body hurts.
I mean, it definitely helped me. Obviously, the leader crashing.
Emerson, if you needed to talk to me for anything,
he's doing an interview now.
When it changed the inters, if you crashed on the full wets, that helped me as well again. So I thought I just got a few lucky breaks today, but obviously luck was on my side.
Very lucky. I think very lucky you got your mic for this interview. What was going through your mind when you saw, or when you heard maybe that the Renault in front of you had crashed?
Just tried to keep as composed as I can through the last few corners, and then when I saw he was boxing, just try and take the initiative, and then safety car after safety car towards the back end of the race, and was thinking I was going to get caught by his SD, but luckily he held on.
Tell me about that final restart. You almost lost control of the car coming to the green flag on that final restart. Walk us through that.
Just put too much revs down, just put my finger right to the bottom, and just tap the wall on the inside. It wasn't as clean as obviously the restart before that, but no, it was good. It was nerve-wracking to say the least, going down that straight.
It was truly a wild Grand Prix. Congratulations on the race victory. Welcome to the EWRL all-time wins list in your first start.
Cheers, thank you.
All right, how about our second place driver, Troy? How you doing there, man?
Oh, exhausted. Left hand is cramped as shit. Other than that, I'm doing pretty good.
You said it yourself right before the interview. I'm gonna ask you, what was the plan there to stay out on the wets on the first safety car?
I don't know, man. Just had a complete brain fart. I thought I'd be able to get the edge on the guys behind me by staying out of the wets. I didn't think it was gonna dry up for another few laps yet, but yeah, I was pretty wrong. Yeah, and I paid the price for it, but yeah, ultimately it worked out in the end though. As best as I could have hoped for anyway.
Yeah. To walk me through what you were thinking through those final restarts, and what position did you realistically think you could have gotten once you dropped through the field?
First cycle of pit stops, like maybe 6th or 5th at the most. I mean, I knew I was fast, but I don't know if I'd be able to catch up to the whole field that quick. I mean, granted, if we didn't have a single safety car for the rest of the race, but yeah, 5th or 6th.
Well, it was a wild Grand Prix. I'm sure if you were expecting 5th or 6th then you'll take a second place finish. I know it's not the win, but you still got a few more cracks at this, I believe. So congratulations on your second place finish, and good luck to you next week.
Thank you.
All right, we're joined by our by many things, yeah. Who's on the podium for the moment? We will confirm that later, but How was your race, Many Things?
Okay, so started P19, last on the grid. It was because the lobby was being dumb; it wouldn't let me join for qualifying, so I had to make do with that. Lap 1, a bunch of people messed up. Yeah, it was a really tricky wet conditions for like half the race, and I just managed to put myself in good positions where I would make up positions and gain the benefit, as well as just making well-timed overtakes. Left and right, we had safety car after safety car, and people started to catch me. But then at the end, when we had the 2 safety cars, Markle really tried to overtake me. And I was just like really trying hard to defend.
Yeah, that. You are known for your defensive driving. That was some real sharp defensive driving towards the end. I would guarantee that would make any driver mad. But wow, that was wild on those final restarts, able to hold on to that spot. Again, we're not sure if this is how it's gonna pan out. We're gonna do a lot of review after we finish this stream. But for the time being, congratulations on your third place finish.
Thank you.
All right, well, a wild Grand Prix to start the season here at the Hungaroring. It's not necessarily everybody we wanted. There's drivers who couldn't make the grid, and we truly do feel terrible for that. We tried so hard. We tried for 40 minutes to get the grid together, and the service that they are with the moment, all the bandwidth on the service with everybody online through these trying times. They have nothing better to do, and rightfully so, that they're on their gaming consoles, and it's taking a toll on these servers, and Formula 1 2019 servers are probably maxed out as well. It's very tough to get a quality league race going, but we tried, and I do really think these 18 drivers who were able to stick it out, and everybody else who tried to join the lobby, I appreciate y'all even more. Hopefully y'all stay for next week and try with us again. It was a blast of a race, though. Can't deny that. It was amazing. What a wild race from start to finish. The final safety car was wild, and just so much to do. The stewards will review the race finish there with all the penalties on the safety car. We will all take those into account. Again, if any drivers have any penalties to appeal, save video clips and send them in. We're going to try our best to get all this sorted out. And we will see you on the flip side. Next week is the Russian Grand Prix, and we hope to see y'all then. Again, y'all stay inside. Y'all stay safe.
Work.
Y'all.
Fuck, I can't stay inside.
Stay inside at work.
I do have a question.
Y'all stay safe. All right. Until then, we will see y'all. Yeah. Again, stay safe.